On episode 219 of He Said, She Said movie reviews, we take a look at the movie American Underdog. Welcome to He Said, She Said movie reviews. This is the podcast where a happily married couple with similar but different movie tastes take a quick, spoiler-free look at the movies, helping you make the right decision before your next movie. I'm your host, Tim.
And I'm April.
So we finally got to see American Underdog. What do you give it, April?
The full stars.
5 stars?
Yep, I loved it.
Yeah, for me, surprisingly, this was a 4-star movie. We'll tell you all about it right after these 2 trailers.
All right, the first trailer we saw was Ambulance. It's 2 robbers steal an ambulance after their heist goes awry. Release date April 8th, 2022. Good old Jake Gyllenhaal, Eiza González, and Devan Chandler Long.
Yeah, it looks like an interesting movie. Yeah.
Interesting,
okay.
is a good word.
Is a good word, yes. And the second one was Uncharted. This story is a prequel to the video games, the Uncharted video games, starring Tom Holland as a younger Drake, showing us in detail how he and Sully became friends. I guess those are the 2 characters in the video games, because I've never even heard of the Uncharted video games. But this comes out February 18th, and of course it stars Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, and Antonio Banderas as the antagonists. So.
All right, the storyline. This was the amazing story of NFL MVP and Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner, who went from stocking shelves at a supermarket to becoming an American football star. Directors Andrew Erwin and John Erwin, a.k.a. the Erwin brothers, known for I Still Believe, Woodlawn, and Mom's Night Out. Writers David Aaron Cohen, known for Friday Night Lights, Tim.
Right. The movie, Friday Night Lights, the movie, right. Not the TV series.
You're right. And this is all based on the book All Things Possible by Kurt Warner and Michael Silver. Yeah,
this was a really interesting thing. Let me get into the cast real quickly, and then we'll go down. This had Zachary Levi playing Kurt Warner, Anna Paquin, Hayden Zaller, Sir Blain, Dennis Quaid, Chance Kelly, Simon Castle, Bruce McGill, and Adam Baldwin.
The runtime was 112 minutes. It was rated PG for some language and thematic elements.
So we'll get this right off the bat. This movie had a faith-based tone to it, which is what the Erwin brothers are known for. But it was also about overcoming diversity and following your dreams.
Yes.
And very much so.
Oh, this movie has so many life lessons. I wish I could get every kid in junior high and high school to see this movie. It was just, for everything from friendship to love, family, coaches, and frankly, failure, and triumph over that.
Yeah, apparently Kurt Warner and Brenda Warner were very involved in the making of this movie. Apparently, I read somewhere that Zachary Levi and Anna Paquin spent time with the Warners to get to get to know them, and actually Kurt Warner worked a lot with Zachary, as in how to be a football player too.
Absolutely,
and it's funny because for me, Zachary Levi will always be Chuck from the TV show Chuck, the nerd, the Geek Squad guy. And I had I had to do one of those moments of, oh my God, he's playing Kurt Warner in a movie.
Right.
I was like, no way.
Right. Well, it's kind of like Anna Paquin, who was Sookie in True Blood. Talk about a totally different role.
Yeah.
Right?
I thought, the acting in this was actually really good.
Oh, it was. It was from the coaches to the extended family to the children playing, Brenda's kids.
Yeah.
This was, let me just say, this was not only well acted, the storyline, and it sounds like they really tried to keep it as correct as possible to the truth. This movie never once did my mind go elsewhere. I loved it from the time I sat down. This movie hooked me in to the time I left when I cried.
Well, what I
really
really liked about this, because you and I saw another movie by the Erwin brothers that we actually both really liked, the movie I Still Believe. We both really enjoyed that movie. And that was kind of at the start of the pandemic and everything. And I had read a quote from Andrew Erwin, who said that even though this is a faith-based movie, he didn't want it to be in people's face.
Right.
It was, and I think they really did that when they brought David Aaron Cohen in to do the script for this movie, because this is the guy who gave us the movie Friday Night Lights,
right.
and and the Miracle Season, the one about the volleyball team, where that one player died.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy who does sports movies.
Well, then that was smart, because it was good.
So I thought they did a really good job of making this faith-based football movie a football movie.
Absolutely, Tim.
And there were some great lessons in it, too.
Oh, gosh, there were. I mean, I could sit here for another hour. I mean, this is why I want kids and young adults to see this movie.
And these were lessons that are for everybody.
Absolutely. But I will say, never giving up, and when you get a chance, run with it. It was It was incredibly well acted. Kudos to everyone, and whoever picked the cast for this movie did an incredible job.
I thought the score was pretty good. I thought the music was very subtle, but it added to the movie.
Yeah. And the cinematography, it was fine.
It was fine.
But the production design, I thought, was great for some great football scenes.
Well, apparently, this is another thing that I read, too. Apparently, they used actual scenes because Kurt Warner's career wasn't that long ago, so they used actual scenes from the games. They intercut where they would show Zachary, Levi, going back to pass, but then they actually used the scenes from the NFL, which I thought was really cool, because I didn't catch that. It was very seamless in the movie.
It was very, you're right. It was very transparent.
I do have one bone to pick with the movie where production value is concerned.
What?
The shoulder pads that Zachary wore, those were not quarterback shoulder pads. Those shoulder pads were like a lineman's shoulder pads. No quarterback in his right mind would be caught with shoulder pads on that large, because he couldn't throw the football.
Guys, I wouldn't have caught that. I was obsessed with the movie. Special effects, football games, good. But I thought, even making it during the time, remember, because you and I have seen a lot of that. We grew up. It felt authentic, and I liked that a lot. The editing was normal. Tim, what did you think about the pace and the dialogue?
Oh, I thought the pace moved along great, and I thought the dialogue was good too. Once again, I mean, this is based off of a true story, so some of the dialogue, I'm sure, was Hollywoodized just to make the movie more palatable. But hey, I mean, it was a real life story.
Right.
And here's the other thing interesting too, because I sometimes do this. I can't remember the website, and I'm sorry. I'll try to give a shout out to you in the show notes for this. But there is a website where you can check when a movie's based off of a true story, how true to the story it is. I looked at that website, and apparently this movie was very spot on, true story. But once again, Kurt Warner was very involved in the making of this movie.
Absolutely. And I thought that was interesting, what you went and researched and found. It just as authentic as possible. I think maybe that's why this was such a good movie. But it was absolutely life-inspiring. I mean, I walked out of that movie theater going, wow, that was a really fantastic movie. Yeah. And it's safe to say for me that this is the best movie so far in 2022 that I've seen. Absolutely. I want to see it again. I really do. So I enjoyed it, and I'm glad we got to go a little bit late with this one, but y'all, please go see it. And when you get the chance to see it later at home, do it and purchase it.
But there is a reason why this movie is still in the theaters, because it is a good movie. Right?
Absolutely. It was fantastic. Thank y'all so much for all your support, and we will see you at the movies.
Okay, so that's American Underdog. April gives that movie 5 stars, and I give it 4 stars. Thanks a lot for listening, and as always, please tell a friend about the podcast. We really appreciate you. See you at the movies.
We'll see you at the movies. Thank you so much, everybody.